Hello friends, today in this tutorial I will be showing you that how to integrate the Stripe payment gateway inside Angular 13 application alongside with Node.js and Express as the backend. So this will be a full stack application. You will see this is the demo of the application. A simple pay with Stripe button is there. If I click the button here, you will see the pop-up window will appear. So this is the name and simple description of the product which you are buying here, and this is, you can see, $5. You can also customize this also. I can also change this. So if I go to app.component, I can make this as 10 here. So it will change to 10. So if I just again refresh it, so now it will change to 10 here. You will see if I enter email and then the custom test cards information that Stripe provides you. And here you can fill out anything, any information of your choice. And then click on pay here, and then it will show you the success message after the payment is made here. You will see your payment is complete successfully. And now if I check the Stripe dashboard here, if I refresh inside the payment section here, you will see this is a sample wrestling game. You will see succeeded $10. You will see this is the customer. You will see 8 January 6:55 p.m. So now to cross check, I can also make another payment. Just change the email address here. Let me now add this random email address and then again repeat the same process. Enter this and click pay here. And once again, you will see the success message. And now if you refresh it, you will see once again, this will be the description here with that email address. You will see again that email address, because here we need to change here in here the server code. We need to change this address here, so we can replace whatever email address that the user write here. We can say request.body.email. So that in that way you can do this. So once again, if I refresh it, so whatever email address user types in, this will be reflected here. So let me write this email address and once again repeat the process. Click pay here, and now you will see the notification here. And once again, if you check here, and now you will see the customer will be changed here like this. So the beauty of this is that you can also send a receipt here. Click send receipt, and you can send it to the email address. So whichever user has purchased the product, if you click send here, it will send out this invoice here. Enter the password of the Stripe account. So it is saying that receipt check. So I can even check the receipt which is sent to me. It's an invoice. You can see this is the receipt here. $10. You will see that. So it's a very nice application we will be building here in this full tutorial. So if you want to get all the source code, you can go to the video description link. I have written the complete blog post on my website codingsiksha.com. The link will be there inside video description. So all the step-by-step instruction is given alongside with full code. So I will be just be taking the reference of this blog post. So if you want to follow, just go to the video description link. And now to get started, guys, we will delete all the files here and start from scratch. Let me close all the windows and go to my desktop directory, go to projects and open command line here. So here we will be making a new directory which will be Stripe Angular app. I will go through this directory, Stripe Angular app, and here what we will do is that we will open it inside Visual Studio Code text editor. And first of all, we will make two directories, first for the client and second for the server. And now we will go to the client directory, and here we will initialize new Angular project which will be Angular Stripe app. So just initialize this command and it will say, would you like to add Angular routing? So I will say no. So press N. So whichever style sheet format you want to use for this, I will stick to CSS. So now it will install all the packages it will need. So it will hardly take 5 to 10 seconds depending upon your internet connection and computer speed. So I will not pause the video. So you just need to watch all the steps that I take in order to build this application. So it will hardly take some time. So in the client folder, if you open this folder, you will see all the files will be there in the source directory. We will now be working with this file, which is app.module. So first of all, we need to include our HTTP client module whenever we want to make a post request. So let me just first of all do that. So basically, if you go to the video description link, I have guided the steps here. So you will see this is a line you need to write here inside this. So now it is just taking some time. So just wait, after it finishes, I will guide you. Now you can see it is finished having this. And now we can ng serve. I can just start this. So it is saying that it is used to, we need to go to the directory here, ng angular stripe app. And then we will run the Angular app by executing ng serve. So now it will be able to run the application. So it is just generating the browser applications. It is just compiling it. So just wait. So now you can see it is compiled successfully. Now we can open that project at localhost 4200. So we can go to this project, localhost 4200. So this is our project, guys. You can see Angular Stripe is running. So now we can include, let me close this window and open this. And here, guys, you need to include our HTTP client here. So simply you need to copy paste the line, which is HTTP client module. So don't ignore this red lines which are appearing here. No errors are there inside the project. And inside the import statement, put a comma. And here we need to import this HTTP client module. That's it. Now you need to close this file. We don't need this file here. Simply close it. And now we will working inside our app.component.html. Simply remove all this code here which is there. So we will write our simple button here, which will be simply be telling us that what code we need to write here. So we will be having a simple button. So just wait, I am showing you what is the code that you need to write. So we will have a simple h2 heading here, which will be h2. And here we will say Angular 13 Stripe payment gateway in Node.js and Express. And then we will have a simple button, guys. And whenever you click this button, we will execute this function, which will be, so the function name will be make payment. And here you can pass the dollars, how many dollars you want to receive. So I will pass 10 here. And then we will say the label will the button pay with Stripe. That's it. You can customize the button accordingly. You can write CSS also, but in this tutorial, I will just follow on the business logic of the application. So this is all. Now, if you refresh the application, it will auto reload. If you refresh it, it is saying fail to compile. Let me see. It is saying that you haven't made this function, so which is make payment. So basically, we need to move to this app.component.ts file. So we need to make this application. And now, guys, we will need to make that function which the button has. You can see this is a button here, make payment function. We need to have this file also. Let me open side by side so that I can go into the individual file. So here we will bind this function. So make payment. So this will be a function here. So basically here we are passing the number, which is amount. So this will be of type number here, because this is TypeScript. This is not JavaScript. So you need to be having the types as well. So here, guys, if you now refresh it, your error will be gone here. So basically you need to run this ngserve. So now no error will be there. There will be simply a heading and a button will be there. So now it is building out the application. Just wait. Now you will see Angular 13 Stripe payment gateway Node.js and Express pay with Stripe. So now we need to handle the logic. Whenever we click this button, we need to do some magic. So now basically we have a method which automatically execute, which uh, this is a life cycle method which is ng on init. So whenever your component executes, this life cycle methods automatically executes, which is ng on init. This is a method, guys. So basically ng on init, and here inside this method, guys, we will invoke a method here which will be invoke stripe. So we need to make this function, guys. This is the custom function. Here in this function we will be adding our scripts here. So if you go to the video description link, you will find all the source code which is there, which you need to write this in this file here. So this is a function, full function here. So for the sake of this tutorial, I will copy paste it. I will just explain you what it is doing here. So now guys, you will see this is adding a custom script inside our Angular application. You can see it's adding a script tag, and this is the actual library of Stripe. You can see checkout.js, and here you need to submit your publishable key of Stripe. So if you have registered on Stripe, you will go to your home section here, go to developer section, and then go to API key, and this is your publishable key. Simply copy this key here and simply paste this key here inside this section. That's it. So this is the error which is coming here. So don't worry, we will solve this error. So you just need to write this function like this. This is invoke stripe. So whenever your component loads for the very first time, this function will execute, and then it will store all these details in this function invoke stripe. And now in this uh, make payment function, what we need to do is that, guys, what we need to do is very simple. We need to declare this payment handler variable, which is taking the problem here. So what we need to do is that inside this, once again, we need to write the same syntax. So the same line we need to write here. So inside this, with this again, we'll take some options here, which will be simply the key. So here we need to pass the key. So here we need to again paste from our Stripe dashboard. Simply copy this publishable key and paste it. This will be different for you, so don't copy my key. And after that, there will be a second option which will be local, which will be auto, put a comma, and the third option will be the actual token which will be returned at the client side. So whenever you submit the credit card information data here, this will generate a unique token for every transaction. So this will be called as Stripe token. So we need to store this token, and this will be as this is TypeScript. We need to have any here like this. So we need to store this token, and we need to console log it just to check that it is happening or not. Let me console log it. And also, guys, what we need to do is that now you will see this is again happening here. So we need to, inside the same function, what we need to do is that we need to open this payment handler dot open. This contains the open method, and here inside this we need to pass some options. This is a pop-up window will appear, so the name will be there. You can customize the name. This you can provide your own company name. I will provide coding Shiksha. So this is a description of the product, whatever you are buying here. I can say a simple snake game, let's suppose, and then we will say how much amount. So amount will be equal to the amount which is passed, and we will multiply it by 100 to convert to dollars. That's it. So that's the whole program. So just put a space here. I think it is creating problem because we haven't put a space. So guys, this error is coming because we spelled this number as capital N. So this needs to be small n. So now you will see the error will be solved here. And this error, we need to declare a variable at the very top here. We haven't declared that variable payment handler. So this is the error which is coming here. So right here, we need to declare this payment handler. So payment handler, and this will be again of type any, and this will be equal to null. That's it. So just declare this statement here like this, and now you will see this error will be gone. At this moment of time, if I execute this, you will see compiled successfully. It will auto refresh. And once again, if I go to the application, localhost 4200, if I refresh it, if I click pay with Stripe, now you will see a pop-up window will appear with the name of the company, a description of the product, which is simple snake game. You can all customize this. Then we have the email, card number. So this pay button will not work because we haven't implemented. Let me submit this, uh, the card, sample card here, so that we can print out the Stripe token. So 09, you can provide any date of your choice. Click pay. And now if you click inspect element, go to console. Now you will see this is the Stripe token which is returned to you. This is the ID. This is stored inside ID here. This is a token that we need to send to the Express server, to the backend, to actually make the transaction. So this is a thing here. You can see the email address is also present here, which is the email address which is submitted by the user. So now what we need to do is that we need to submit this information to the backend. So at this moment of time, we need to create our backend. So what we can do is that we can open a new directory, open a new command prompt. So we are there inside Angular Stripe app. Let me check here in which directory we are in. So let me check Stripe Angular app. So in this directory we are in. So let me open a new command prompt inside server folder, and let me start the AngularJS app once again, and sorry, ngserve. So here we will create a new Express server, guys. So simply I will go to I will open inside the server folder here. This is the server here. So what I will do is that I will initialize the package.json npm init -y. So this will have the default options. Now we simply want to install Express and CORS module also, which is used to make cross scripting request CORS. I think that's the two modules that we will need for this tutorial. So install it. And also we will need Stripe module also, which will be working at the back end. So this will hardly take, and also install npmi Stripe. That's it. Now make the index.js file. Just rename this to index.js. And here we need to make the simple Express server, guys. So const express require Express. We have to have Express app here. We will say app.listen, and we will listen on a particular port number, which is 5000. And here we will say console log app is listening on port 5000. So basically, guys, we need to import now the Stripe dependency. Stripe, we need to require it. And inside parentheses here, we need to publish copy paste your private key, which is there inside this secret key. Just click this button, reveal test key, and this will be different for you. Simply copy and paste it here. And this is very much important. Without it, the transaction cannot be taken place. And also we need to include a CORS dependency. So require CORS and simply add this middleware app.use CORS. That's it. And also we will need the body parser middleware, guys, because we are using the post request from the Angular application. So we will need to catch those variables. So for that, we will need body parser. So just write here app.use body parser.url encoded extended to false and app.use body parser.json. That's it. So these two lines we need to write for the body parser middleware. This again is a built-in dependency. You need not have to install it. Now we will make that post request app.post slash checkout. We will call this request as checkout. So this will be request response, and this will be a async request. And now we have made this post request. Let me just we need to call this. We need to pass some information here. So we will console log the information, which is request.body. We'll console log it inside server. So I need to move back to the client side here. So here I need to create our post request. For creating the post request, we will be creating a service here. So I will just pause this. So I will say ng. In order to create a service in Angular, it is very simple. We have a command here which is ng gs. So it stands for ng generate service, and then in the services folder I need to create this this service, which will be called as you can call this service anything, but if you go to the video description link, I have given a unique name to it. So if you just go to just here, I have given the unique name here, checkout. So you can give any name of your choice, checkout. So now it will create this services folder inside the source folder. You will see it has created this. In the app folder, you will find a services folder which is there. So these two files are there, checkout.service.ts and this second file. We only need to edit this single file here in this file. So what we need to do is that we need to bring some modules here inside this file here. So if you go to here, so let me just see what is we need to do in this service. So just wait, yeah. So inside this, once again, guys, we need to inject our the same thing. We need to require the HTTP module here in the checkout service. So we will say import from, and here we will import our from this @angular slash HTTP slash, and then we need to, sorry, this need be common slash HTTP. So from here we will import our HTTP client here, which is there, HTTP client, like this. So here inside this checkout service, what we need to do is that we will have this inside this constructor, we will have private HTTP, and this is of the type here HTTP client we have. You will see it like this. So that's it. And after that, what we need to do is that, guys, we need to create a function which will actually make that post request to the server. So here we will make the method here inside this service. Let's suppose we have this method called as make payment, like this make payment. And inside this, we will be expecting our Stripe token. We will pass this token inside from our app.component.ts files. So this error will be there. So just ignore this error for now. And after that, guys, this will be of the type observable. So we will be subscribing to it. So if you know any concept of Angular, so you will be knowing what is observable here. So we have imported from RxJS here, it is automatically imported. So this will be of type any. So here we need to pass here In the Angular bracket, we need to write any here like this. So here we need to just enter the URL from which URL we will be making the request. So this will be HTTP localhost 5000 and then slash checkout. Because if you check here inside server here, we have made this checkout request here, and this is running on localhost 5000. So we have provided the full URL here, which is this URL. After providing the URL, it is very simple. We will say return this dot http dot, and there are various methods out there. We need to make the post request, and here we will pass the URL, and then we also need to pass, this will be of type any here like this. We need to write this, and the second option we need to have is the actual token. So in this will be an object we will pass as the token property. This will be equal to stripe token, whichever token that we will pass here. That's it. So after this we will pass. That's it. I think this is complete. This method is complete here. You will see no error is there. Now we simply need to import this service inside this file, which is app.component.ts file. So simply at the very top, we will write the statement here, which will be simply we will import this service. So at the very top, we will write import checkout service from, and it will automatically pull this service for me. So this is there inside dot slash services slash checkout dot service. So add this line at the very top. I'm using Visual Studio Code, so that is why it is doing automatically for me. So now what we need to do is that inside our constructor, we need to have a constructor here. So just put a constructor here, and inside this constructor we will create private checkout, and checkout will be of the type here, the checkout service that we have created here. We have imported this service, and now this checkout variable contains a method which we have defined in this service, which is make payment. So now we will simply execute this inside this method here. So here we will, so this is not accessible here. If I write here this dot dot, so this is not accessible here, this constructor. So we need to make a custom function here so that we can access that variable. So this I will make another function which will be payment stripe. I will pass this token which will be stripe token here like this. So payment stripe, I will make that. And now I need to define this function outside here like this here, const payment, sorry, this will be payment stripe. And now what we need to do is that inside this will be an arrow function. So we can write here stripe token, and this will be of type any. So arrow function here like this, you will see this is arrow function. So now guys, we need to simply call that function this dot checkout, you will see, and inside this there is a make payment method here we have defined in the service. So now inside this we need to simply pass that stripe token. And now to get the result here, now to get the response, we will subscribe to it. So there is a subscribe method, and inside this subscribe, we will get the data which is returned from the method, which is data here like this, which is of type any. And now we can print this data like this inside console log data. That's it. And now guys, I think I can test out the application if it is printing out in the server here. Now we can launch our server like nodemon index.js. So now you will see app is listening on port 5000. Now our client is also ready here. Let me also launch the client as well, ngserve. So this will open this at localhost 4200. So just wait, it is just doing this process. And now let me go to this service, click on pay with Stripe. You will see if I submit email address, if I submit the card number, If I submit this information also, CVC number also, click pay, and now just see the console here. You will see now this information will be printed out in the server side. This is a token that we have successfully sent by using the post request from AngularJS to the Express server. You will see this ID will be printed out. This is the actual token. So we will be using this token to make the actual transaction using Stripe. So this is all the information about the card, which is this is a Visa card. Country is US. This also captures the client IP address also. This is email address, all that stuff. And now we simply need to write the code on the server side to actually make the transaction here inside this. So this will be very simple, guys, code here. This is a very lengthy code, so I will just go to my video description link and I will paste this code. Simply, I will explain you what is happening. So you will see this is a request here. This is contained inside try catch block. So I will just paste it. So you will see inside this try catch block, you will see we have, let me delete this line. So we are storing this token request.body.token here inside token here, and the actual token is stored inside token.id, as you see inside this request token.id. So we are just uh, extracting the token by using token.id and storing it inside the source property. And email will be equal to the static email. This is my email account here. And then we are creating the customer here. And then we are charging the customer using this create method. So here we can write your own simple, this is a snake game. This description will be same whenever you write the description here at the client side. So let me, so you can change the description to anything here. Simply copy this description and simply paste this description here at the server side. So whatever description you want to do, simply paste it here. So this will be 1000 because we are converting rupees to USD dollars. So this will be 1000. So there it is capturing the customer ID like this. And lastly, we are charging the user and console logging it. So if it is successful, then we are sending out the data which is success. If it is a failure, then we are saying response dot failure like this. And now we can test out the application. It is complete here. If I test it out, if I click pay with Stripe once again, you will see the email address. Let me have this 0924, CVC is 345. Click pay here. You will see now it will return the response in the browser. You will see, just wait. Mm, I think we are not printing out inside our client here. If I check here, if I go to my this one, as you can see, data is returned to us. Let me just see. If I see our this one, if I refresh it inside my payment section here, let me see here if it is saying, let me refresh it. Now guys, you can see that my Node.js servers was not running. That is why you are facing the problem here. Let You can see that. Let me restart the server once again. You will see that problem will not occur. Let me now restart it by typing the command nodemon index.js. You will see now app is listing on port 5000. So if I repeat the process once again, you will see now it is the Angular application is loading. If I again click pay with Stripe here, if I enter the details here, so click pay here, and now you will see, just check the right hand side corner inside the console. You will see the success message. Data will be returned to you, which is success here, because the payment is now done here. You can also check here inside your payment section. If I just refresh here, you will see This payment $10 will be made here. You can see current time at 8:09. So this is a payment test purchase using Express and Node. So now we are successfully getting this data. So now what we can do is that we can write a simple template here inside a success message here. So you can see here we are returning this data either success or failure. So now we can move to the client code here. So here, whenever we are console logging it, so basically we can have a if condition here that we can just check it inside the if condition. So if data dot success property triple equal to success, so this is used for comparison in the else block. So here we will just say success to true, and in the else scenario we will have another boolean variable which will be failure, and this will be equal to true. So now we need to declare these two variables at the very top here, which will be success, and this will be a boolean, and this will be equal to true. Sorry, this will be false by default. And similarly we will have failure. This will be again a boolean, and this will be equal to false. And now in order to access these two variables, we will use the statement called as this dot success and this dot failure. So just use this. And now inside our template, in order to have this app.component.html, we will, after the button, we will have these two statements here, which will be simply be having, so this will be a div tag. So we will be attaching this directive here, which is ng if. So this is a conditional statement. So whenever it is true, then only this HTML will be shown to the user. So this is a variable that we have declared here, success here. And similarly, we will have the second one for the failure. So we will have ng if again for failure. So when they are true, so this block of code will execute. So h1 heading, we will say your payment is successful. And in the failure one, we will say payment error is there, like this. And now basically if you refresh it, if you now run your application once again, if you try to run this, if you click pay with Stripe once again, and if you now provide the information, and now if you click pay here, now basically you will see a success message also on the screen that it is saying that payment error is there, but data is returned to success here. Let me just see why it is showing this. It is clearly a problem here. We haven't declared it app.component. Oh, I think we have made a mistake here. This needs to be data dot. Just wait. Sorry, this needs to be data dot data because yes, this needs to be data dot data because the data was the property which we are comparing here. So once again, repeat the process. Enter the card information, enter the month and year 256, click pay, and now you will see the success message will be shown here. You will see your payment is successful. So basically, if you make any sort of mistake here inside your server side code here, let's suppose I change this value to any value, let's suppose 12. So this is incorrect because this value should be 1000. So this is some kind of error has taken place. So once again, if you again click on pay here, and now you will see the error will be taking place. So just enter all the information once again. And now the failure response will come in at the right hand side as the JSON response. You will see data failure. You will see payment error is there. So in this way, guys, I have implemented this full stack application. We have shown you step by step on how to integrate the Stripe payment gateway inside your Angular 13 application with the Node.js and Express as the backend. All the source code of the application will be there inside video description. If you want to get all the source code, you can go to the video description link. Please hit the like button, subscribe the channel, and also comment on this video. And I will be seeing you in the next video.